I am guilty.
You're proud of it.
Yeah, I'm a podcast bougie person.
What's the bougiest podcast?
Favorites.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, so my favorite podcast is probably Dirty John. Just go listen to it. It's thrilling. Mm-hmm. Maybe S-Town is another good one.
That one's so good.
S-Town's really
Definitely heard
good.
of that one.
But here's where the nerdery gets in, because these are my deep cuts. So everyone's heard Serial, right? Everyone knows Serial. Serial's a good podcast. The best podcast is Undisclosed. Undisclosed is like a deep legal analysis of wrongful conviction cases. And the first season starts with Adnan Syed, the subject of the first season of Serial. And it's like you pretty much don't need to take criminal procedure or evidence if you listen to this podcast, I think. Not having taken either of them. I hope my clinical professor isn't listening to this. But just super in-depth, rigorous legal analysis and like good music, high production value. I used to be doing like my paralegal stuff and like listening to it, and then I would be typing and accidentally type something that I was listening to.
And so comparing those to this podcast.
More criminal procedure.
So what are some of the best parts? Because we had you listen to a couple of episodes. What are the best parts of our podcast?
Okay, so first of all,
we're bracing ourselves.
So
I can't believe you signed up for this.
For critique,
you can destroy
Well,
us.
I said the best parts first. But I mean, if
We
you
will help you destroy us.
let me explain though what like critique. You can't ask for compliments. We're supposed to just talk about the work and have I'm going to use all the buzzwords. Okay, we're supposed to have a recursive conversation.
Okay.
About
conversation in cursive?
Recursive.
Okay. Sorry.
We're supposed to engage in dialogue about the work.
Okay.
And it's
You've been
important.
listening to a lot of NPR.
Actually, I
She
have
went to art school, yeah.
a really important thing that I'm going to share. This is not about your podcast, I'm sorry. But like it's really cool for any critique of anything, especially if it's something that you like, that you did, that someone needs to critique, is to remember that the chicken track is 100% not the chicken. You follow me? So like the mark on the ground that the chicken made with its foot was made by the chicken's foot. But that mark on the ground made by the chicken's foot is not the chicken.
Okay.
The art that you make, the product that you make, any work product that you ever do that you feel attachment to is indexical of who you are. Sure. But it's not you.
This
so that
podcast,
said, I'm going to tear this shit apart.
Thank you.
I have no commitment.
I'm just kidding. No, my favorite part of the podcast is definitely Cup of Shame, because that's where you get the most like exculpatory admissions.
Yep.
From
Try.
I know, talking.
And we're gonna play that with Christina here a little later. She's stoked.
I love that. I love the guests that you have on. It was really funny hearing you guys and like imagining this space. It's like a college radio station studio having like Dean Vischer in here.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, that's cute.
And we also had John Gordon, so the director,
Executive Director of Minnesota ACLU.
Yeah. Damn,
that was early too.
Yeah, another Harvard Law guy. So
they love us. I mean, being here, not listening to
it. That's funny. Yeah, so that's kind of true because I've only listened to like 3 episodes.
That's probably enough, yeah.
But my other favorite thing is like also something that y'all need to work on is like there's no music, so there's like sometimes like awkward moments where I'm like, oh, this is a bunch of law students that have no time that are like making this thing.
So you're saying we should have music throughout like the whole thing in the background?
No, you need to have like you need to find some musician to like compose music for your podcast.
We do have someone. All that music that you hear in the beginning, in the middle,
right?
That's all
but you need your
by...
second theme for like the transitions. I'm gonna follow. What's the handle on Insta?
At Cold Call Lawcast with 3 L's in the middle and 1 at the beginning.
At We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll post pictures of us here to that after
Nice.
we're done.
Will you follow back?
Of course.
I don't know if we do follow. We haven't discussed our follow back policy.
So like when we go from the discussions to like this.
Exactly. Like there should.
We need something like that.
Yeah, just like that. And you should have like a bell or something for a cup of shame time. There should be like an audio signifier that it's time for a cup of shame. That's a good point. Burr, burr, burr. Yeah.
That's perfect. We got that recorded. We're just going to play that.
Great. Okay. That's the first round of my critiques.
Okay.
That was way too nice.
Hannah has worse critiques of just me. Of just...
This piece of shit.
Well, I wonder how many people actually listen to this.
We get it anywhere between about 100 to 150 downloads a week.
Damn.
So an episode we get about 100 to 150.
Who does? It's
We're
all
coming up-
Abby's grandma.
Yeah, just
your
over and over
grandma-
again. But they're not even streaming it. They're like downloading it to
Yeah.
save it to their device.
To
Yeah.
listen to it later?
That's so big. That's a lot of audio.
Wait, so who is just streaming it?
We've had some people. Yeah, a lot of
think,
people
like,
stream it. It's
when
kind
my
of.
parents listen, I think they just stream it. So
Your
it's
parents
not-
listen?
Oh yeah.
They're so supportive.
We're.
Thanks,
I mean,
guys.
this whole thing
My
has
grandma
been.
at least comments on everything we post on social media.
What?
She might listen too. I don't know.
Damn. Hey, Grandma. Sorry I say the F word a lot.
She'll be okay.
I mean, we built this podcast around Abby's grandmother, making sure that she loves it. So.
No, it's my great aunt.
Oh yeah.
She
Oh.
comments.
Great
She
aunt,
likes
yeah.
stuff too. And then Karen, also another great aunt.
Damn.
Karen.
That's awesome. Wait. Oh, can I,
Yes,
I
another
yeah,
critique.
I have another
Yes.
critique. So I have a proposal for a segment. This is also a big
Ooh,
part of
this is good.
critiques in in art school. Is like telling other people how to make their art for them. It's like, have you considered XYZ? Like, no, bitch, I made it this way. But have you considered doing a segment called "Which Legally Blonde Character Are You?" Because I want to start talking about this.
I've never seen it.
So we'd have to watch it.
We'd have to watch it.
We
I've
could
seen
watch it and then do an episode about it.
I think you should
Wait,
live
Hannah, have
tweet
you not
it.
seen it?
I saw it long time ago.
Wait, do people not watch that movie like
I love that movie still. I still
every
watch
I hadn't-
couple months?
I watched like every couple months.
I think I
I
saw it
don't
when
know.
it came out,
Yeah.
which I don't know when that was.
My girlfriend is like really into rewatching things that she's already seen, so maybe I like watch media more frequently than other people. But I feel like I've seen it. I've seen it quite recently.
I watched it like the day before I started law school.
I think I did too. Actually, rewatched it. What's the main actress's name now? I can't remember.
Reese
Reese
Witherspoon.
Reese Witherspoon. There we go. Yeah, she's in the second
I
one.
like the
Isn't
lady
she
who
like?
does her nails better. Whoever that actress is, she's dope.
Yeah, I love
Oh.
her. And she was like, "I'm taking the dog, dumbass." Yeah. Although
Are you her? Is that your Legally Blonde
No,
character?
my Legally Blonde character is obviously Enid Wexler, the like
yeah.
super.
She the evil one?
She's
No.
super out there, like queer girl activist
Oh.
who's petitioning to change the winter semester to the winter Ovester. And yeah, I get that.
Who's the evil one? The one that
Selma Blair's character is Vivian Kensington, but she ends up
Okay.
being nice. Like it ends up being a story of like femme power and solidarity instead of tearing each other down over some stupid boy. Just
Okay.
remember.
Now does this
No. This is important. Just remember that Warren graduated without honors and without job offers
Oh.
and without a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to be Warren.
Does this movie pass the Bechdel test?
It does. It actually does.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I would think.
It does.
Yeah, just all that time in the nail salon alone.
It's
Good
not
point.
it's not actually that hard to pass the Bechdel test for people that have no idea what we're talking about. It's any piece of media where there are two women that talk to each other for a sustained amount of dialogue, like something ridiculously low, like 6 seconds, and they talk about a subject other than a man.
And they have names.
And they have names. And
See, that's why I would think it'd be hard for this one, because it's all about her joining Harvard Law so that she can be with a boy.
But then she transforms.
Well, I mean, that's the first part, so.
It's a lot more. She has like a really in-depth client interview with her like celebrity trainer.
That's right.
I can think of like 10
now.
conversations in Legally Blonde that pass the Bechdel test.
Does her examination of the daughter about the perm, does that pass the Bechdel test?
Hell yeah.
Like does like examination on trial, witness examination, is that a conversation as per Bechdel standards? Excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Pass.
So we should
That's
definitely.
my favorite
we'll
part.
have to examine this.
Okay,
more.
so that's my way of telling you how you should make your podcast
better.
Yes.
Okay.
More Al Woods.
More Elwoods. Got it. And
what-
so, do you think we should be like more informative and educational,
Yeah.
or do you think we should move to like being more funny and
You should be
entertaining?
both funnier and more educational. Or just pick one and do it better.
That's the problem we have.
We're just kind of meh at everything.
I think that you're like some sound effects away from being like truly hilarious.
Okay, like slapstick
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Let's,
I think we should break out the sound effects.
Yeah, can we add some sound effects
Like,
to
do-
this? Like right here, like what would be?
Yeah,
something
do we have
like-
anything?
Here? I don't
Like
have
in this
anything
part.
on me.
Like add a bell right here or something.
We have so many sound effects, you guys.
I did the train noise that one time.
That was great.
Have you ever listened to Hannibal Buress's podcast?
No.
It's called Handsome Rambler. Highly recommend. And the podcast, he's a comedian. He's like the funniest guy ever. He's Lincoln in Broad City for all my Brooklyn Jewish mamas out there. And on his podcast, he interviews. I think he does a lot of drugs, so it sometimes starts. He doesn't do a lot of drugs, but a lot of his guests do. So like it starts like kind of stony baloney awkward sometimes. And the way he like gets it rolling and gets it to be funny is he has a auto tuning.
Oh yeah. And so is there anything we should start, or is there anything we should stop doing?
Stop doing. This is gonna get deep.
You say stopped, Mitchell. And then you're like, oh, that cuts me real deep.
Stop. I can't think of anything that you should stop doing. I just want you to start doing more.
Okay.
Like just start trying more.
Start trying. Have you guys heard that? We should start trying. Try.
Stop phoning it in.
That would be a big change.
Trying. Yeah.
Valid critique.
Yeah. As, time.
Yeah.
We show up for like our hour and are like, oh, I can't do this. I don't have time for this.
I have 10 cases that I should be reading right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you still read cases?
No, but I should.
Missing a whole week was like proof that it's fine. Whatever happens, happens. C'est la guerre.
Yeah.
So anything
You
else?
get stuck in Tijuana.
Anything else on our podcast?
I think the audio is pretty good. We have all the stuff, and I say it like I'm now invited.
You're now part of the podcast.
But
You're now
I think you
drone
have all
within our
all the stuff. It's super fun to come in here. Like the experience is fun.
We are very fun people
Hear
to
that?
be around.
yeah.
Future maybe guests. We're fun.
Yeah, come do it. Come do it. This was actually an odyssey to get in here because like the first day we were supposed to do this, it was like snowing really hard.
Oh man, we had a miserable.
I was sick.
March was so difficult. Ugh.
I got stuck in Mexico. Yeah. Whoa. I just hit myself with the mic. Damn. But I think that's all the critique I've got. I could
But
throw
it's fun.
around.
You're saying it's fun being on here.
Yeah, I could throw around more like culturally advantageous language that's like cool. But that's
Like,
we could talk about like what's problematic. We could talk about what's I think I said indexical earlier. That was